Hi. Oops, sorry, don't need those. I was listening to something on YouTube. Welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, welcome. If you're new here, my name is Nyla. These are some weight loss updates because, as I have said in previous videos, sorry, I have a hair here. I did have. Sorry. You guys ever just get a hair? Sorry about that. Okay. So I did have bariatric surgery in the month of June, and so I just wanted to give you guys some quick updates. Okay, so in my last video, about 6 days ago, I believe, I weighed 239.8. As of today, I weigh about 230 pounds. I'm super excited. I'm just going to get up and show you a dress really quick. This is new. I'm excited. All right. All right. So it's an extra large. As the girl who has been a 2X for a very long time, I'm pretty excited about that. All right, so I figure what we could do is we can, because I'm a little bit busy today and I have done at least one other video, but I have forgotten to eat, so you guys can have lunch with me. I'm having yogurt. So have lunch with me and we'll talk about weight loss updates. I did have to go see the endocrinologist last week because I am still type 2 diabetic, and until such time as I got approval from my endocrinologist, I was not allowed to go back on my GLP-1, and I was not allowed to resume several of my medications. So, sorry, I was doing an Allure beauty box unboxing and also trying out a new eyeliner that I had gotten from Ulta, and I completely just forgot to wipe it off the back of my hands. All right, so basically what my endocrinologist said is to wait until I am back on solid food, not semi-solid, not soft foods, but like solid food. So once I'm back on solid food and all of that has settled, then I'm allowed to go back on my GLP-1. I do have to go back to the 2.5 milligrams. I was on Mounjaro, so I have to go back to the 2.5 milligrams because I've been off of it for so long, and we don't want to just jump straight to the 10 milligrams that I was taking before. Which makes sense to me because the Mounjaro will make you, for any of you who have ever not taken a GLP-1, they make you incredibly sick. If you eat even a little bit too much sugar, a little bit too much food, you will absolutely throw it all up. And sometimes you will get nauseous regardless. So, yeah, like you will absolutely get, like, I have not met a person on a GLP-1 that was not sick all the time. At least when it came to eating. I will say that one of the things that I've come to really, well, we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so basically, I am allowed to go back on the metformin twice a day, morning and night, and I can go back on my atorvastatin, and I can go back on my sleeping medication. Thank you. But she does want me to wait on the GLP-1 until I am eating solid food. They did also prescribe me a CGM, so blood, like I forget what they're called. It's a glucose monitor that just Dexcom, like you stick it on, and mine's on my hip, but and it gives you a feed of what your blood sugar is all day long, and that has been really helpful for me, just in terms of like figuring out what spikes my blood sugar and what doesn't. I have had a couple of very odd things going on that are not common. One of the things that happens usually after you have bariatric surgery is that you can't consume sugar. I had some trouble with sugar before bariatric surgery. If I ate too much of it, I always got sick. My body did a thing and swapped. So whenever I consume artificial sweetener, it is now giving me dumping syndrome, but when I consume sugar, it is not. Again, I want to say this is not common. Most people who have bariatric surgery cannot have sugar. I had some tea with honey in it. I was fine. Now, should I be eating honey? No. I will probably try to stay off of sugar regardless because it's just not conducive to weight loss. The goal here is to lose enough weight that I will no longer be diabetic, we hope. That doesn't always work. I just want to say that. Diabetics can be skinny, they can be fat, doesn't matter. Genetic things, but yeah, so one of the things this experience has kind of taught me is to appreciate food. And I don't mean like, oh, I love food and I want to eat all the time. That's not what I mean. What I mean is to appreciate food, right? Like, I was always a lover of food because for me, who grew up with family dinners, like, I love nothing more than to sit at a table with my friends and family and have a conversation and a meal, right? That social aspect is fantastic. But I never really cared as much about like the food aspect of it until I became an adult. Now, I absolutely love feeding people. I love having people come over and I make them something delightful and possibly fancy, probably not for dinner, and seeing their face light up when it's delicious. Like, I love that feeling. But in terms of eating food, I've always had a complicated relationship with food because I know that my metabolism means that I cannot have things like pizza or ice cream whenever I want. I can have them occasionally as a rare treat, but I can't have them whenever. I just can't. I would be even larger than I am now. So it basically has meant that I personally, even though I love food and I love feeding other people and I love it when things taste good, I haven't necessarily appreciated food before. So if you want to learn to appreciate food, I recommend going on a 1.5 month liquid diet. You will learn to appreciate food. I have learned to appreciate like the taste and texture of real food, not yogurt, not pureed stuff. Like, I was really tempted, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm still in the puree phase, to do a video, like a blind taste testing of baby food, because I've been living on baby food and I swore I wasn't gonna do it because I hate the texture and I still hate the texture, but some of it is okay. But yeah, like I ran out of ideas and I needed something savory, so I did start eating some baby food, and some of it is actually quite good. They make now an ethnic foods like line of baby food. Like, I had some chicken tikka masala that was delicious, but it doesn't help like, my problem is the texture. I have always been a texture person when it came to food. And this is part of being on the spectrum. A lot of us have food sensitivities and like sensory issues and such. I have sensory issues and I have texture sensitivities with food. So I don't like slimy things. Tomatoes taste great, sort of, but they're slimy and I can't. I hate it. I hate slimy food. I used to love okra, like fried okra. And as I've gotten older, I've become more sensitive to the slimy inside part of it and I can't eat it anymore, right? So one of the things that this whole experience has taught me is that however much or however little food you are eating, appreciate it. Also, life is too short to eat shitty food. Pardon my language. Life is too short to eat crap food. Like, eat good food. Eat food that you love. And, you know, I understand that groceries costing what they cost right now. Like, I'm not advocating that you guys should go out and like splurge and eat out. No. Learn to cook good food at home. You can have amazing food for very well, not I won't say very little money because groceries are stupid right now, but like, you can eat good food at home that doesn't cost you $100 for a meal. And yeah, like I've always been big on cooking and such, so that part of this was not a problem for me. But this section where I have not been allowed to eat solid food has been the worst part of this entire experience for me. Yes, I'm losing weight and I'm losing it rapidly, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for the surgery, and I'm grateful for the fact that I have amazing health insurance that allowed me to have the surgery, because most people don't. And when I got the bill for the surgery, it was $600. And that's basically nothing, because the surgery is $40,000 out of pocket. So I am grateful. But that doesn't mean that this doesn't come without hardships. And learning how to manage your food and water intake in the middle of a busy life is part of that first month taking off of work. It's not just that I can't lift. It's not just that I need to be exercising all the time. It's that you have to learn how to change your eating habits to suit your new stomach. And it's not easy, right? For the first couple of times that I went to go make myself even just like a I think it was cottage cheese. So I put cottage cheese in a food processor. Yeah, anyway, cottage cheese puree. I went and I made myself a bowl like I would normally eat. And then I ate a quarter of it, right? It's all about learning how much you can handle, learning new habits. And you need the time to learn those new habits, because one of the things that I have learned as I've gone through this is that anytime I am outside of my comfort zone of my house, I forget those habits. Like I went to, I think I talked about a little bit about this when I went to market days. Left my lunchbox in the car, was really, really bad about drinking water because I was walking around excited, looking at all the things, and I'm very ADHD. And, it is really easy to fall out of those habits, which is why you need that first month to adjust. You need it to adjust and to make those things become routine. The real problem for me is that I have ADHD, and people with ADHD can have routines, but they don't develop habits at all. Like we can follow a habit for a little while, right? I could get up and do skincare every morning, do skincare every night before bed, and it takes like one day to wreck that, right? If I don't continue to do it every night, I will fall out of that routine. And I'm not going to call it a habit, because it takes 60 days to build a habit. But people with ADHD, it takes one day putting it down for us to lose it entirely. And there's very, very much an out of sight, out of mind thing when it comes to these types of things. So you need that first month after surgery definitely to get into your good eating and drinking habits. Like I'm finally carrying around my water bottle, and I'm measuring the water before I put it in there with the ice. I'm trying to remember to take my little lunchbox with my protein snacks and things with me, but I can only stay at home for so long, and I do have to look for a new job soon. So, I'm trying really hard to get into a routine where I eat at the same times every day, and that's just the hardest thing in the world to me. Like I've tried setting timers on my phones and all of that. It just, I cannot. What ends up happening is the timer goes off, and I'll be like, yeah, as soon as I'm done doing this, I will go do that. Except you forget, because out of sight, out of mind, we very much have an object permanence problem. So, learning how to eat regularly, drink regularly has been difficult. And another thing that I had forgotten about when I lost all the weight before, when I was on the Mounjaro, one of the things that I forgot about was that as I lose weight and lose all of my padding, I get cold. Like it's hot today, I'm wearing a sundress, but like I get cold, and like I'm in air conditioning, so it's only set to, I think it's set to 70 possibly, but like it doesn't matter. if I go into establishments with air conditioning, it doesn't even have to be on strong. I just get cold. And I guess it's because I'm losing a lot of the body fat that kept me warm. Just a guess. I'm not 100% sure. But anytime I don't eat enough protein, I get cold because my body doesn't actually have enough energy for the day to keep me warm. So yeah, those are just things that are a little bit of the struggles that I've been going through. I am having to take a little bit of an exercise break because yesterday during Pilates, I tweaked my neck somehow, and it's like this whole, anytime I turn it, it's like this whole section right here just is like, ooh, it's not happy. So I am having to take a little bit of a break, which means I need to do more walking, which unfortunately means that I need to go outside. And, you know, as my computer notifications are telling me, it's hot as shit outside today in Massachusetts. So for Massachusetts, I want to be very clear about that because I moved here from Texas. I know what hot feels like. And, but yeah, it is quite warm for up here. And I was always sensitive to the heat anyway. Like, I always loved the cold up here. I also just was not used to, I wasn't used to being cold in my own house. If I wear pajamas around the house, I get cold. It's not, that fabric is just not thick enough to keep me warm. So these are kind of some of the things that I've been dealing with off and on. And yeah, so those are just kind of some quick updates. Like I said, I went to go see my endocrinologist. I do go see the dietitian tomorrow, and we are going to talk about putting me from the like semi-soft puree stage foods over to soft foods and what that looks like and how much I can eat and all of those things. And then I'm also going to talk to her about that transition from soft food to solid food, because that's the one that scares me the most. You know, going from semi-soft foods to soft foods isn't that big of a deal to me. But it's that going from the soft foods to solid foods is the one that I'm afraid of. Even though it will actually make it easier for me to meet my protein requirements because I can carry protein bars and stuff with me for snacks and meals and things. So I am both looking forward to that phase and am apprehensive about it, partly because my stomach is just, even yogurt, like I'm learning to eat very slowly. But every time I introduce something that is a little bit thicker consistency, I am noticing just how little I can eat of that thing. Like I said, with the cottage cheese, I had like a tablespoon, maybe two, of cottage cheese and was like, this is too much food. So, yeah. You know, if any of you out there are planning to have this surgery or want to have this surgery, just know that you have habits in your life that are going to have to change, and they're going to have to change fast. And you won't even necessarily know what they are until you have to change them. Like, it never occurred to me that I would struggle to drink water because I always drank water. But there are little things like I can't have caffeine, and I miss it because it really helps you wake up in the morning. Like, I'm not looking for like energy drinks, but like a cup of green tea would be nice. So yeah, I like, there are just things that you're gonna miss, and you know, just know that like if you are struggling through some of this, it's all gonna be okay, and you'll get through it. Like, this is the hard part. This is the hard part, and you know, yes, it, like there will be hard parts later, but to me right now, this is the hard part. And like I said, if you're going through all of this with me, like, just know it's going to be okay. We can do this. We're going to make it. And, you know, it's one day at a time, one day at a time. Nobody is perfect, just one day at a time. And, you know, that's true for a lot of things, but just one day at a time. Keep working at it. And, you know, we're doing it together basically. So yeah, like I said, if you have had either gastric sleeve or gastric bypass, one of the bariatric surgeries. Let me know down below what difficulties you had with it. These are just some of the difficulties that I have had. Like I said, I kind of just had to, this is kind of my version of eating on the run today. So yeah, like I said, this surgery does not come without difficulties. It is not a magic cure-all. It does require amount of work. It requires a lot of habit changes. And while I didn't have as many habits to change as some of the other people I have known that had this surgery, because I don't eat fast food. I didn't eat out a lot. I was a big proponent of eating at home and eating healthy already and whatnot. It has changed my life in many ways. For sure this week I'm feeling the struggle because I'm so close. Like I said, the dietitian appointment where I swap over to soft food is tomorrow, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But tomorrow is my 1 month post-op. And I have lost in total since my 1 month post-op, let's see, I weighed 230 today. I was 258 in the hospital when I went in. So I have lost 28 pounds in a month. So yeah, like, to me, I don't know what slow and steady progress looks like for weight loss because I've never had that. I have been, oh, look, I worked really hard this week and this month and I gained 3 pounds. That has been my slow and steady progress. I gained 3 pounds instead of 10. So yeah, like if you guys are, if there are any of you out there that are struggling with this, let me know down below. We're like, just know we're doing it together. Try to stay positive. Rely on your support network, and everything's gonna be okay. Like I said, we can do this for sure. We can do this, and just keep trying. It's all worth it in the end. But yeah, I am definitely this week struggling. I'm struggling with just eating and drinking all of the things that I need to eat and drink, and remembering to take my meds both morning and night, and remembering to do this and remembering to do that. It's a lot of things that you have to remember to do. Remembering to put everything in my food journal, and did anything make me sick today? And am I walking enough? Did I put in enough steps today? Did I exercise? Like, you have to track everything. And for a person who, if any of you out there like me and have ADHD, you will know just how difficult that can be. Those habits are rough, but the only thing I can do really is keep trying. So for those of you out there that are supporting my channel, I really appreciate it. For those of you who have messaged me to check in, friends and family, know that I appreciate that also. And like I said, if you are one of those people like me who is struggling, we can do it. I promise. It's all going to be okay in the end. But yeah, it's been a bad mental health week for me on the weight loss surgery. So this ended up being more of a mental health update than a surgery update or a weight loss update, but there were a little bit of weight loss tidbits in there. Like I said, just try to stay positive and know that somebody out there is going through it too. All right, that's kind of what gets me through it, is knowing that somewhere out there, somebody else is going through this too. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far and you would like to follow along with my journey with the weight loss, please like and subscribe below. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate every comment. I appreciate every subscription. I appreciate every like. I appreciate you guys who are watching. So again, have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.